Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. This is Todd with Industrial Comfort. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use your lathe to make a really cool Lego storage box like this one. Now I'll put all the links in the description for the type and color paint that I used in addition to where to get these stickers. Let me show you how I did it. I'm going to start the project using a piece of ash wood that I had laying around the shop. So this blank is roughly 4 inches in diameter by about 10 inches long. So I'm going to start by using my roughing gouge to round over, and then I'll cut a tenon on one side so that we can put it in the chuck and continue to get to work. I've put in a 2.5-inch Forstner bit, and I'm going to use this to core out the bottom here so that I have a way to attach this to the chuck, flip it over, and continue my work. Now, before I flip this over and put it in the chuck, I am going to apply, this is some friction polish. I'm more or less going to be using it as a sanding sealer because it's just going to be easier for me to apply now before removing it. At this point, I'm going to want to take my sticker, and I'll leave a link in the description for where you can get this. I'm going to overlay it to determine more or less where the top should be. So I'm going to draw a line right there, and then I'm going to use this line, probably going to take it a little bit closer to the sticker itself so that I can determine where I'm going to start making my cut in order to create the top. So first I'm going to use my parting tool to create a line, or to create a little channel, which is going to be the width of the wall of this little head container. And then I'm going to create a gap here before I completely part the piece off to give us a reference point. Once you see the film, it'll make a little bit more sense. Now that I've got this channel cut, and again, I didn't use a ruler or anything, I just did it based on what I thought seemed right. I'm going to use my pencil, and I am going to create an outline here to give us a reference point for when we start removing the material for the inside of the head. Now I'm going to make my cut probably about right here, and I want to leave a little material here so that I can see the pencil mark that I made once we create the top, so we can fit everything back together. Now I'm going to use this as my reference point, and then I'm going to start shaping the top of this head. I'll cut this apart a little bit in a later step. With the hole now cored, I'm going to use a box scraper to enlarge it so that this interior diameter will match the exterior diameter here, so we've got a nice snug fit for the top of the head. Okay, after a ton of trial and error, I finally got this thing to fit pretty well. So what I'm going to do now is tap it in, and I'm just going to take a final pass with my roughing gouge to make sure that everything is aligned and that we clean up what would be some inconsistencies here. And then I'm just going to smooth out the top a little bit, and then I think we'll be ready for final sand, coat, and paint. All right, it's time to paint. Always my least favorite part of a project because I am so bad at it. So I picked up some yellow Rustoleum. You'll notice that the pieces are already yellow. I tried to put some acrylic paint on beforehand just to close up the pores and realized that was kind of a stupid idea. So I'm going to hit this with some spray paint and we'll see how we do. The paint has had time to dry, so I'm going to remove the tape that I used to ensure I was protecting from overspray. Now we'll apply the sticker. So this is a transfer sticker, which means I'll peel the first layer off, and then I'll apply it, and then peel the top sheet off. So, and I'll put a link in the description for where you can get this. By the way, I forgot to mention that, hold on one sec. The paint color that I used is a sun yellow. It was more or less a guess, and it turned out pretty well. So let's put the sticker on. Well, it looks like this sticker is not really doing its job. It should be coming off on this top layer. This is a little annoying. It looks like they cut it and it's breaking off where they cut it. I'm not really sure about this. Wow, this is a bit of a disaster. This is not how transfer stickers are supposed to work. All right, let's see if, good God, if this works, I'm going to be amazed. Wow, that was super frustrating. And that's how you make a Lego head storage box. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching.